Gang, Rob here. It's the evening of 21 July 2014. Just a short channel update video for you all this evening. No music, no intro. Just going to get right into it. Got some sort of important things to talk about, most specifically with my sharpening service. It's sort of growing up into a real business, so to speak. Sorry for the sorry for the background noise. We're outside in beautiful, sultry Northeast Indiana, and the neighbors' dogs are having a good time. Okay, so here's kind of what's going on. As you guys know who watch the channel a lot, about a year, a little over a year ago, 14-15 months ago, I started, after 30 plus years of sharpening my own knives, started to sharpen other people's cutlery for money, and bought an Edge Pro Apex, and that's sort of the centerpiece of my sharpening system. And the reason that I started to do that, or the reasons that I started to do that, were several. First of all, I like doing it and I'm kind of good at it, and you guys seem to appreciate it, so that's good for our community. And also, I sort of have designs of a second working life after I leave my current field of employment in the retail auto sales business, of sort of becoming a knife maker in my retirement. So this sharpening business of mine, that's sort of a part-time gig in my after hours, I hope, and is my goal, that that'll turn into a knife making business. And you guys have seen a couple of my early efforts at that. They're early in their efforts, but they're not masterpieces. A couple Enzo trappers, one for Campfire Talk and one for Toad Sticker. Those have been really good for me in just sort of learning how to shape a handle and finish a blade and put things together so they stay, and learning how to make a handle fit a hand and all that good kind of stuff. And I enjoy it a lot. Also, the sharpening business helps me fund my YouTube channel. You guys who have channels with, you know, a couple, 3,000-4,000 subscribers, you know that you don't get rich off Google AdSense. And in order to keep a steady stream of knives coming in front of the camera, both ones that I own and ones that are in for sharpening, the sharpening business gives me a great opportunity to both buy blades for my own personal collection, some of which I pass on, as you guys know, and also the knives that come in for sharpening, I'll run in front of the camera, and those are sort of my from the sharpening bench impressions videos. So, moving along, a couple changes in the sharpening service that you guys need to know about. And I have edited the description of my sharpening service video that I made a year ago that has all my pricing, shipping, and contact info in it to reflect some pricing changes, but I wanted to make a video specific to that. And it involves sort of complex grinds and certain steels. I've added a $5 surcharge for some super steels, and these would be ZDP 189, M390, CPM M4, Elmax, S90V, and S110V. And I don't think I've left any out. If I did, this complete list will be in the description of the video. It is already in the description of my old sharpening service video. And also, I've added a $5 surcharge for knives that I have to have more than one setup to sharpen. So, for instance, an American Tanto or Tanto, an extra $5 for that, because I have to reset up my sharpening system from the main edge to the Tanto edge. Also, recurves, I charge an extra $5. And that's just because of the wear and tear that a recurve edge puts on my stones. It rounds over the shoulders of my stone, requiring me to flatten them more often. The stones cost money. You guys get the picture. Now, the worst of all combinations would be a recurve main edge with a Tanto. Yeah, that knife is $10 extra. So if you've got a sub 4-inch folder or sub 5-inch folder, recurve Tanto in super steel with a spa treatment, recurve Tanto, that's a $40 job plus shipping. And I'm sorry, but it is what it is. That knife would take a whole lot of time. Probably, if I figure I pay myself 20 bucks an hour for a skilled trade, I'd be lucky to get that knife done in 2 hours. So that's one pricing issue. Here's another. Because of my sort of renaissance in traditional knives, personally, a lot of the guys who have followed my traditional knife series, and How About the Truth and my traditional knives anthology, a lot of those guys, viewers, have been sending me traditionals to sharpen, and here's sort of how I've been handling the pricing on those. No spa treatment available. I just keep them clean and oil them when I'm done. But sharpening goes like this: $20 for the first blade in the knife and $10 for each additional blade. So a 3-bladed traditional would be $20, $30, $40. A 2-bladed traditional would be $30, and those prices, of course, are plus shipping. And generally, I don't think I've talked about this really before, but generally if I'm doing a traditional, a normal garden variety GEC, for instance, I don't do like my normal 15-degree secondary bevel and 19 or 20-degree micro. I usually do those knives because the edge is so thin, just at 18 degrees per side all the way to the edge, and then I'm in my final stage, which is my 2000 grit polishing tape. After I've done that at 18 degrees, I pick it up, not even a half a degree, just to knock the burr off and put just like a mini tiny little micro bevel, just to make sure I've got a nice stable edge and no burr before I go to the strap. So if you were wondering about that, that's the answer. And if you've seen some of the traditionals I've sharpened, you know that leaves a nice skinny little bevel, and they cut really well. Same thing I've done on my Victorinox knives for years, by the way. Also, one more little housekeeping issue. And for those of you who are my sharpening customers for whom I have cell phone numbers, you got a text in the last couple days informing you of my new shipping address. I'm going to say it out loud, and I'm going to include it in the description, probably an annotation, for those of you who are watching on devices capable of seeing annotations. But here it is. No longer will I be accepting knife work at my day job, my place of employment. It's just gotten to be of such a volume that it's a distraction, and we need to not do that anymore. So here's the new address. It is TheApostleP Knife Service. Attention, Rob Bixby. That's Rob Bixby, R-O-B-B-I-X-B-Y. Post Office Box 605. Auburn, Indiana 46706. I'll have a new version of my new business card coming out that I'll start including with all my knife orders. That'll reflect that shipping address as well. And none of the other contact information has changed. The reason for these changes happening is because you guys have kept me busy, and you've caused this business to grow. So I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope that after experiencing some of my sharpening work and seeing and hearing some of my insights about knives, both modern folders, fixed blades, and traditionals, that when it comes time for me to start making knives, that some of you will be eagerly waiting to order yours. That would be a great blessing to me. That's all for tonight. Thanks for watching and listening, and may your evening be blessed. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the word is sharp.